Well, hey everybody, I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to As Above, So Below, a Rune and Tarot divination for Monday, the 18th day of April, 2022. Well, I'm not sure, but it looks like maybe we won't get any more snow, but then I don't know. The weather changes all the time. But right now there's no snow on the ground, so yay. But this weekend, I mean, it was small. It started out on Saturday with really small flakes, and then it got this real wet, soppy, big flakes, and oh, it was a mess. But there really wasn't that much out there, and so when the temperature got up a little higher, then it all melted off. So yesterday we didn't have any snow at all. So I hope you all had a nice Easter. Uh, I don't know anything about Passover. I understand that was also this weekend, and so was Ramadan, or the beginning of Ramadan. So blessings to everybody who celebrate all of that. We had the goslings born on Easter yesterday. There were 8 of them out there. I put a picture up on Twitter, and I was going to do a picture, but then I put the video up I sent my grandkids on the Facebook. So anyhow, that's up there. But they're adorable, and they brought them over. We fed them on the ground, mom and dad on the ground, and the babies followed, and it was just it's the ritual of what happens. They bring their babies to us, so we can meet them, and this has been going on for over 10 years. So it'll be sad, when they don't show up one year. So we'll know, but they've been coming for a long time, and we've got this relationship with them. They brought, oh gosh, I don't know, 4 or 5 other pairs of geese with them this time. They were all in the pond at the same time when they showed up, but we rattled a little peanut butter jar full of chicken layer pellet, and the 2 separated from the group and came over and had some. So they apparently brought their friends, but their friends didn't stay, which is fine because they can be quite noisy. But it's fun, She'll build the nest on the dock. My husband put a bunch of hay out for her, and they build a nest on the dock, and this one was huge, and she had snow all over her, while it was snowing, and it was just interesting. She'll come off now and then to go fly around and then come off to eat, but she doesn't eat every day when she's on the nest. So she's really hungry when she does eat. So, but he does every day. He eats every day. He would come to the back door and want to be fed. So, and they're wild. I don't know. It's a little scary with the avian flu thing happening right now, and I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Hopefully it doesn't infect our chicken flock, but it could. So anyway. Well, let's take a look at the esoteric influences for Monday. That's from the post I do, the weekly post I do. All the stuff I do for the week, the 4 posts I do, they all go up on Saturday night. So go over to the blog at Stepping Aside. The web address is imsteppingaside.com, and go there and you can read those. There's numerology, there's daily correspondences, there's the ascendant, rays, nodes, and other strong planetary aspects post. And then there's, of course, the esoteric influences. If you want that in your inbox, you can sign up for the newsletter. That's just scroll down and you'll see the sign up there on the left side panel. Just put your email in there and it goes to my newsletter software. They aggregate the whole thing. They collect it all. And then I just hit send. There it goes. So anyway. And if you ever decide you want to unsubscribe, there's a line up at the top, a little link that'll have you do that. There's also one at the bottom. So, because I know I know what it is. My inbox is just full with all kinds of stuff, and I will periodically go through and unsubscribe. So I'm not going to have my feelings hurt if that happens. So I understand completely. But if you just don't want to have to go to the internet and look it up, and you just want to look at your email account and find it there, sometimes it's just easier to do that. So anyway. That's all that's about. But anyway, if this is your first time here, welcome. I appreciate you coming by, and I hope you'll click subscribe and come back and join our little tarot and rune family as we explore how all of that can just sort of give us other ideas and influences on the choices we make and the lives we live. So anyhow, today being the 18th of April, 18 reduces to 9, so that's the numerology for today is 9 for just the day itself. Ending, spirituality, and generosity, completion. Those are the influences for the number 9. All Yees is the rune for today. That's means the elk, protection, higher consciousness, the bridge between realms. The Geomancy rune for today is Caput Draconis, indicating new beginnings, the entrance, the upper kingdom, or being on the threshold of something. The sun's in Aries, the moon's in Scorpio until it transitions into Sagittarius at 7:17 p.m. tonight. The planetary governance is the moon for Monday. If you're working magic, you can do magics that are associated with the moon. You can look at that on the daily correspondences over on the blog. For a bigger, for recommendations, you can go over to Patreon and see it there. See the same thing, only with recommendations there for what you can do. Let's see. Friends or family may suggest sharing a new endeavor or adventure today. If you're unsure or reluctant to participate, look within to determine if your own inner drama is impacting your hesitance. It could be signaling a need to explore how your thoughts impede your happiness and the choices you make. You could be talking yourself into isolation at the expense of an enjoyable time with family or friends, or pursuing new opportunities. If others look to you for advice, be realistic in what you offer. A situation may be ending or finding its natural conclusion, and a single-minded focus may not provide the insights they need. Instead, encourage them to remain adaptable to unexpected circumstances without compromising their values or principles or devolving into egoic reactions. So that's the esoteric influences for today. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. And we'll go ahead and take the Elder Futhark rune, the as above side of the runes. Geomancy is an earth element divination tool, and so I think of that as the so below part of this. But let's see what we have for today's reading. Sometimes it aligns with what's in the esoteric influences. That's happened a few times. Here we have Degas. Kind of similar to the Caput Draconis energy of being on the threshold of something new. This is one period ending and a new beginning. It's a new day. Energy at its one rune master called it energy at its saturation point becomes its opposite. So a more alchemical view of things. And Degas is the 23rd rune of the Elder Futhark. Some people put it at the end. I still continue. I've tried it both ways, but I've switched back to Othala being the 24th. But people used to switch them, and I tried it for a while, and it just kind of felt like Othala was really because inherent in Othala is our Akash, and so all that we bring forward. And with Degas, you're kind of on the precipice. So I don't know. I think it belongs where it does. Let's see what the Geomancy rune is. Oh, okay, so we're talking Laetitia, or joy. Let's see if we can find it here in the jar, or in the bowl, rather. I've been dealing with jars this morning, so I've got jars on my mind. Here we have Laetitia. So we have an active principle. The single dot is an active principle for fire. So the will is active there. So intentional expressions of joy. Joy would be, though, a receptive presence, basically. So you're invoking joy into your life with Laetitia. The other two, it would be, it's put in the order of fire, air, water, and earth. So the rest of it is air, water, and earth are all passive influences. So that's kind of if you're looking at polarity, you're looking at the feminine side of things is a receptive presence. And so, but here we're basically invoking joy into our lives. And so we stand on the precipice of something new today, letting go of maybe past influences or perceptions that don't work anymore, and we're ready to embrace something new, with the emphasis on invoking joy. So let's see what the cards have to say, though. to further define that. Or not. Sometimes that happens too. It's like, well, how do I draw these two things together, the runes and the cards, because they don't seem to do that, But more often than not, they do. So I've already spent some time shuffling this morning, so I'm not going to spend much time here doing it. Otherwise, it's like, oh, come on, get on with it, So we'll take our first 3 cards. If we need more, we'll take them. Okay, so we've got 3 and 3 is 6. We have a 6 energies. 6 is about compassion and empathy and assistance and guidance. Shared purpose, shared direction, shared something or other, something that's shared with others. You can see that definitely in the 6 of Wands. You see everybody going in the same direction, sharing the victory with one another. The king's coming back, or someone noble is coming back from something or other, a meeting, or maybe, or maybe from a war or something, and he's not in battle attire though when he comes back, but everybody's going along in the same direction with him. So that's the whole shared aspect of this. But we have, I'm just going to take this, I'm going to leave these in the order that we have them. We have the 2 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and the 3 of Cups. So let's take a look at the 2 first. This is a man of means. He's holding a globe in his right hand and a staff in the other. Another staff is affixed to the wall here. You can see it affixed right here. But it's sort of, especially also with the cutaway here, he's up above, like at the top of the castle somewhere, or the top of a building. You see flowers here, lily and roses. Those are roses. Yeah. Or no, I don't have my magnifying glass in here. Yeah, those look like grapes. They're round enough that they look like grapes. I don't think it's a pomegranate, because I don't think the leaves, those are grape leaves. So you've got lilies and grapes there. So you're talking about abundance. But here it's almost like he's choosing his new direction. 2 is about not only love and reciprocity and healing and all of that. It's also about making a choice and what direction you're going to go, weighing things out. You'll see that in the 2 of Pentacles, a sense of weighing things out. But here he's looking out over an expanse. He's looking out over the ocean. And back in the day, when you couldn't simply get into an airplane and fly across the ocean, you might be able to get on board a ship or something, but to look out over the ocean, it was undiscovered country, basically, undiscovered territory, everything new, on the threshold, on the precipice of something new. So this really aligns well with the Degas rune here today. But he's confident. He's likely thoroughly engaged in the decision to pursue something new. And so he's holding the globe in his hand because anything's possible at that point. So I think that the reading is definitely going to talk about both Degas and Laetitia within. I think it's going to give us more information. So once that choice is made, we come to the 10 of Wands, clear at the other end of the major arcana of that suit. Now here you're seeing a man who's holding 10 staffs gathered together here. He's bent over. He's moving in earnest, basically, towards something. You see possibly his home in the background. So maybe he's adding on to his home, or he's going to build a barn or whatever. But the fruits of the labor that he and the new direction he took here are really evidenced here, manifesting here. Now, the interesting part of this, you see the line of demarcation down here, that dual line you'll see in some of the tarot cards. You won't see it in all of them. But it's like here was the preparation, and here's the successful outcome on the other side. So he's gathered his will, he's gathered his creativity, he's gathered his ideas, he's gathered the new opportunities that came to him, that he pursued together. And he's taking it back to his home. And there's an element here of you can think of it in terms of a heavy burden, but I don't. I think of it in terms of trusting the process. He knows where he's going. He doesn't have to look. And he leans into it because, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of new opportunities that he's gathered together to create more security for his family, because you see his home in the background there, or what we'll interpret to be his home. I mean, he could be a builder coming to build a pole barn, but again, he's gathering his and if you turn it this way, it's sort of a skewed version, isn't it, of Degas? Otherwise, you can turn it this way, and it kind of assumes the shape of that, doesn't it? But 10 reduces to 1, and so you're looking at, if you leave it at 10, you're looking at the idea of endings and completion, or endings and beginnings, rather, not completion. But if you look at the Roman numeral X, and we talked about this one time, I'll draw it out. There's your Roman numeral X for 10. But if you terminate the ends, you have Degas. So I think that both the 2 and the 10, which together creates a 3 numerology, and that'll become important here in a minute. You're looking at mind, body, spirit alignment. You're looking at triplicities, past, present, and future. Any type of triplicity the 3 can be. But it's also about creativity. It's about optimism, imagination. Not only just, the 3 is also mercurial, so it's about interactions with others. So that you can assume that there would be, between the 2 and the 10, you would assume some interaction there, some engagement with other people as he's choosing his new opportunities that are coming his way. And he's not limiting himself because of the globe he's holding in his hand. He's not going to limit himself as to what that is. But here he shows you it here, of all the opportunities that he had coming together in service to his future, in service to his family, in service to security of the family, for example. And he's unaffected by the burden of it all, because with all of those opportunities, very busy guy, right? And so it may take him away from his family from time to time, but he's very busy in service to that. There's a sense of in service to others. And then we come to the other 3. So we have a 3 numerology with the first 2. We can put Degas above the 2 of those. And then we can put Laetitia, joy, above the 3. Because once you have done all of this work, okay, then you have all this abundance. The harvest is in. You're dancing with your friends, holding your cups high. And again, you see with the 3 women here, you can think of them as the 3 goddesses, maiden, mother, crone, although this would probably be the maiden, this would be the mother, this would be the crone. You can't really see her face to see how old she is, but you could put it that way. Mind, body, spirit balance, again. But here you have the 3 of cups, and cups is the emotions. Again, the wands represents the fire element, or the will, or opportunity, or creativity, the spark of life. Here you have joy, again, with Laetitia. Aligns very well with that. Holding their cups high in celebration, the harmony, the unity, the love, the reciprocity, the interaction. You can think of the 3 cups as interactive, but emotionally so. So everybody's really happy at all the abundance around them. You see all of this here. So there's a party going on in celebration and joy of making that choice and then getting it all together and bringing it home. I don't think we need a 4th card. So it suggests to me then today that, you may be on the precipice of something new, of some new opportunity coming your way, or a bunch of different opportunities coming your way. Especially if you've started a business or something, it could indicate a bunch of customers coming in, your business growing, for example, to the point that you have some ultimate success with that. So hang in there if you do. Especially if it's a new business, you may not have everything, right away. You may start out with lots of work, but you don't know. Sometimes you have to build it. But you make the right choices. You choose the best opportunities for you, and it's likely to lead you to a place of success and abundance and joy, to where you do something well for yourself, well for your family, and provides some peace and security in the end for all of it. So that's kind of cool to start a Monday off with. I don't remember if it was last Monday or the Monday before, but it just seemed like it was just really intense and heavy. It's like, oh geez, have to really think about this one. But this is not so. This is pretty straightforward. That you've made your choices. You might have a heavy burden in it, but it's okay, because you pursue everything you can, and you press on, and all the way to success and security for your family and happiness. So that's kind of interesting. Well, I hope that's what's going to happen for all of you today. I'm just going to continue writing. I've got some things to do this week, so I want to get my writing done ahead of time. So I'm going to be encased in that here, and then whatever I can do. I'm working on another book, and I've not had a whole lot of time to spend on it, and I've been trying to force myself to take a moment every day to look at it, and most of the time I can. Some days I can't. I'm too busy doing other things, but I'm liking how it's going, so hopefully it won't be too much longer and it'll be done. I'll let you know, though. I'll let you know what it is at that time too, when I'm ready to publish it. But I think it's going to be good. I'm not gonna have probably too many pictures in it. I think I may create graphics instead of taking pictures. I think they tend to take up less space, and they're easier for when I self-publish for the different I do use 2 different publishing platforms, and I use both Amazon and also for Kindle, and then I do draft to digital, so I can get to other booksellers like Apple and Barnes and Noble and places like that. Scribd is another one. Kobo's another one. But they have a whole bunch of booksellers that you can sell through, and so with Amazon, you have to just stay with them. And as long as I don't do like a Kindle Unlimited thing or something on it, if I don't designate that, then I can go ahead and publish them elsewhere. If you do that, then you're kind of locked in until you undo it, and then you have to wait a little while and stuff like that. So anyway, I just like to have them available in other venues, just in case someone doesn't want to buy from one. They have other options as well. So anyway, so that's coming, and I'll keep you informed though on that. Again, check out the blog over at Stepping Aside. It's imsteppingaside.com is the web address. If you click on Show More below the video, you'll see a few paragraphs about what this video is all about, and then below that you'll see some links to where I am. So you can follow me all those places if you want to. I generally follow back unless I don't notice it or I don't see it. That's really the only reason I wouldn't. But think about this for the coming week, and we'll get together again on Thursday for another edition of As Above, So Below, to see if we add more to this, or if maybe we change directions a little bit. Can go either way on Thursdays. But think about this. If opportunities are coming your way, think about how they're going to benefit you or not. If they're not, then go ahead and let it go. And it seems to suggest that more are going to come your way. And then gather it all up together when all is said and done, and you'll see what you've got. And which is likely going to be some success and happiness and peace and security for your family and for yourself. So I guess that's it. Again, with Dagaz, we stand on the precipice of something new and joyful. So thanks for watching, and thanks for coming by. And again, click subscribe. I'd love you to do that, and come back on Thursday for another edition of As Above, So Below. Be good to yourself, be good to one another, and blessed be.